So. So now this is, you have the old picture, so you can see how many things were here. But now we have only some examples. And here was the most valuable things and textiles kept. And this was the chest that this Britta Ersdotter, her initials are here, BED. And that is, beard is prey in Swedish. And she said that she had the most wonderful initials because it says prey. And she got this one when she was 16. And her hymn here, it is about that you shall think of God, give to you what you need for every moment. And then you should think of those who are poor, who have no clothes, no bed, no bread. But it is a very, very wonderful hymn. I think that very much of the meaning or the intention and how the people were in the family was that you have to be grateful because you are lucky, and you have to help others and to be generous to other people and to stand up for others, because they were not rich, but they were well off, so to say. If you compare with other farms and other families, I think both this family and this farm, they were better off than most in the village. But here they were so much aware of the fact. I'm always so touched when I read about what they said and what they thought. That's from my uncle. And you know what they did with this, also the jackets? When it was old and you know, it falls away. You see what happens. Oh. Then they took the wool and they made new yarn from it. Again, it was recycled, so to say. And then you have some different kind of aprons here. But they are bleached from hanging. So these are not very good examples, but it's just so that if you want to tell about the different occasions when you have the different aprons. So it was hanging like this, and it was traditionally kept like this because you have no boxes or so that were big like this to keep it so. But then it's a good way to keep it hanging. And then I put them in order, so the yellow one should go here because they have different values for different Sundays during the church year. And then this is for funeral or very much everyday use, because this is a simple material, the wool that you could spin yourself and you could weave it yourself, and you have black and yellow is very simple to make it the color. This was made by themselves. All the others they had to buy. Oh, yes, there is a story. I have to sit down. I'll tell you about them. There was a neighbor in another village here, and she had no money, or she couldn't have beautiful shoes, so therefore she was allowed by this Britta Ersdotter to borrow her shoes, and she had them for her wedding, but then she had them also when she was out dancing, and they got to know that she has used these shoes. So then, why shouldn't you, Grandma, why shouldn't you ask them to give them back to you? No, she has been out dancing. I'm not interested in any longer because they are dirty in a way, you know. So, but there is, you see how nice these shoes are with this decoration and the patterns. You see the back is so nicely done. But when I came here, when I was a child and I came with my aunts or my mother and so, then they told this kind of stories that made it, it was funny for a child, you know. Yeah. For me, it was so fantastic when all these clothes were in the chest and I could show you, I could pick it out and just tell me that belongs to her and he, and I know that stories. That was what my mother did and what I did. And I must try to give the things a context. Otherwise, they don't know anything about it. So then they get some respect for it. And I do hope that they will care for it because you have the story around it. So that's what I'm trying to do. Yes, I mean, those people who lived in the farm, they had to keep their clothes together. And my grandfather lived here with the sisters and my mother and 3 sisters and my uncle, and they used the things and went here and picked out and so on. But when my grandfather, he died in 1958, and before he died they came to speak together what to do with the collections and shall we split it up and what shall we do. And then my uncle and the sisters, they said that we keep it together because when you split it up it's not the same as if it's kept together. So that was their decision, 1958. So I never think that it's not something that I own, it's something that I have to take care for. So I don't feel that it is mine and that I can do what I like with these things. If I want to do something, then I have to ask my brothers and sisters and we have to have a decision about it. And therefore it was organized and put into this store over there. In a way, things die when they have a mark and a photo and a catalog card and so on. But this is very difficult because you want it to be kept, you want to tell your coming generations about it, and they have to learn from it and so on. This is real. I think it's not a problem only for me, it's a problem for many private persons, but also private farmers, and in Hälsingland or Kerstin, they have these kind of collections, bigger or smaller, and they don't know what to do and what shall the next generation do. So it's a real problem. I think it's a common problem, not only in Sweden but also in other places, because it's a burden for so many. It's also for me. So I think that what I'm doing can be of help for Anna, for Erik, and Erik's Anna, and Erik's Anna is the one who will inherit this place. She listens and asks, and Erik is interested, and Ulla, of course. Yeah. So, but it's complicated. Yeah.